the Mason Square neighborhood of Springfield. Here, there are the constant challenges of the street and the daunting tasks of making ends meet.
We're going to spread out here a little bit.
So how do you keep your head above water?
Did you guys remember how to purge the regulator?
At Rebecca Johnson Elementary, they answer that question every week.
Remember, you push on the middle of it?
With 4 words that you've never heard.
Inner city scuba diving.
Now pull it down.
Yes, sir. It is a first, for sure. First that I'm aware of.
Perfect.
There were so many that did not know how to swim.
Smiling, you good?
And some of these kids that never actually jumped into a swimming pool before. Ever.
In perhaps the most unlikely place. Dive team assemble. Chris Sutton is an expert scuba instructor. He's also the principal here.
This came about, I was on a shark dive in the Bahamas with Infield Scuba. And in between diving with sharks, there was a conversation around what I did for a living. And so the idea was birthed about, wouldn't that be incredible getting inner city kids to learn how to scuba dive?
Donating their time and their talents. Volunteers from nearby Enfield Scuba and the Springfield YMCA have helped to train the students for more than 2 years. For the 13 kids, ages 10 to 13, it all started by simply getting their feet wet.
So CDC has really found that the leading cause of death for kids this age is drowning. And minority kids tend to be 5 times more likely to drown than Caucasian kids because parents haven't learned to swim.
89% of our kids are low income. Part of this process was really getting them acclimated to water. And so before they even got to this idea of scuba diving, they had to become proficient in water.
And now, to another level altogether. The plan is to take the inner city scuba team far afield from Springfield.
We're going to take 13 young individuals, we're going to get them on a plane, and some of these individuals have never been on an airplane before. And we're going to not only get them on an airplane, we're going to take them to the Caribbean, take them to the Bahamas, and be able to dive in the Bahamas.
The certification process is about to start. That's Camden Cook. He's 10 and ready to take a deeper dive.
We want to go to the Bahamas so we could swim in the ocean. It's exciting and surprising because I never imagined me doing this before.
Is there a ripple effect? Absolutely. Because sometimes if you just add water,
Perfect.
that can work wonders.
I want to learn from this experience and maybe a major in marine biology in college.
This journey's just beginning.
Absolutely. This is, as we say phases, this is phase 1 of this process for sure, but many more to come. It just starts to open doors. Honestly, it just goes beyond scuba diving.
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. They are such an inspiration. This program, absolutely life-changing.
I have three dreams. Can I share them? Play in the NBA, be a barber, and do this.
It's life-changing and it's life-saving both in the same breath. This is the first of its kind. What's so incredible about this? That seeing these kids get into the water, be comfortable with it, and again, navigate and on their way to becoming scuba divers.
In Springfield, Jim Altman, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
So this is my Army helmet I got from the U.S. Army.
Show.
So we have state, we have fire departments.
And tell.
This was one of the first ones I got.
A second grader proudly displays his first love.
And I have some pretty cool ones.
The helmet.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
The vest.
Woo, you got nicer gear than I do.
Colin Giannetti is dressed for success.
Look, it filled to the brim. I love it.
He's 8 years old. He's in 2nd grade. And he's an outgoing little boy. He's one who will make friends with anybody.
In Burlington,
Okay, go ahead.
8-year-old Colin is on the beat.
Find it.
Yeah, I've wanted to be a cop since I was a little kid. I like dogs and I want to help the community.
An aspiring crime fighter, the reality is Colin has a much bigger battle on his hands.
He was diagnosed with Ewing's sarcoma, which is a bone cancer. So he actually had a tumor in his lung, which most likely originally started in a rib. We were clear for a year. He went back for his 1-year scans in November of 23, where they detected another tumor, which had cancer cells in it.
There have been multiple surgeries, and more painstaking chemo treatments are coming. But through it all, there's now an army in Colin's corner.
That's a cool one, right?
It began with an idea from his mom, Megan.
So we were just sitting in the hospital and they didn't getting chemo. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to try to get one patch from every state? A police patch, fire patch from every state. And so I put it on Facebook and it just blew up. It became so much more than I'd ever imagined.
Simple symbols of strength. From Norwalk to North Charleston. From Chicago to Spokane, Colin's reach continues to expand.
It's really exciting opening up a box every single day to patches and sometimes fire helmets, sometimes pins, everything.
How many patches do you think?
Over 1,000.
You have over 1,000 patches.
Yeah.
From where?
All over the world.
All over the world and in his backyard.
Attaboys!
There is something about the power of the patches.
Throw as far as you can. Go, far as you can.
Meet Meech and New Britain officer Ray Olette.
Here, go ahead.
Ray's wife Allie is a nurse at Connecticut Children's.
You did it.
That's how Colin connected with this canine team.
Colin supports us.
Wow, it's a crazy boys.
It's awesome just to be around how positive he is, how happy he is, and just, he's like a role model to me.
And now, with the help of Make-A-Wish Connecticut, first responders are showing up in force.
It's pretty unbelievable.
On this day, it was Canine Heidi from the Yale Police.
I heard you like coins and patches.
Canine Bear from Middletown. And Canine Leo from Canton.
He's looking at us like we're some type of hero. When we chose this career, he didn't choose to fight this battle with cancer. And he is. I look at him as the warrior. He's the hero.
It means a lot that these people stand behind him. It's all about just keeping him happy, bringing a smile to his face. Because this is nothing that I'd want anybody to go through.
They're just patches, right? For Colin, these are that common thread.
Look at all those. Check that out, huh?
The fabric helping him to fight.
I think people found out about this strong, resilient young boy who just needed people to show up for him at a really dark time. And we heard from people across the country, across the world. People just kept showing up for Colin.
I'm glad that he came into my life. Even though like he's not on the job with us, he's there for us. He's there for us.
There's still good people in this world, and they do kind things, and they do it for a little boy who lives in Burlington, Connecticut, but they come when you need it, and that's a huge thing.
Thank you for sending me all these patches and pins and firefighter helmets. It means a lot to me.
In Burlington, Jim Altman, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station. The sounds of the city. And the pace is about to pick up in Parkville.
It's a blessing.
The school day has just ended.
All right, we about to cross, y'all.
And that means Miss Nikki needs to answer the bell. For Nicole Knight.
Her name is Miss Nikki.
Hello. Yes, everybody call me Miss Nikki. Later, Bianca.
Life is at a crossroads.
All right.
It's been that way for the past 30 years.
I like being here. I like what I do. I love the people. They're all so good to me.
Fluorescent vest and referee's whistle at the ready.
Come on. There you go.
Where Park Street meets New Park Avenue in Hartford.
Hi, Mama.
You can't miss Miss Nikki.
All right, guys, have a good evening. Yes, I'm out here. The ice, I'm out here. You don't think about that. You're thinking about, let me get here for the safety of the children. Seriously, you know what I'm saying? So you want to just be here for them. Y'all don't think about the weather.
She stops traffic
I miss y'all, but it's okay. At least I can still wave when y'all ride by.
And simultaneously starts a conversation.
Oh, you got a baby totally covered today, huh? It's extra chilly, huh?
A mother and a grandmother.
All right, come across.
Miss Nikki is more than a crossing guard.
Come on, you got it?
She's crossed generations.
Bye, see you. Come on, Sunshine, you got it, girl. I've had like whole families, sisters, brothers, and the baby that was born. And then some of them they were older, I got their child. Yeah, I had a lot of that.
And that plays to a bigger picture. Well, it does now.
Wow, he got every one of my gray hairs to look like up in there.
A story up, her story grows.
So this is my neighborhood.
That's because artist Michael Rice took special note of Miss Nikki.
There was something about her that just kind of radiates and glows. She just has this incredible aura, and for years I passed by her, and finally I stopped and introduced myself, and I knew within a couple minutes that I wanted to paint her.
Gracing the once blank brick facade of a men's shop, 22 feet high by 55 feet wide. The colorful Miss Nikki mural is a finished work in black and white.
This, Michael, is about showcasing an everyday hero?
Yeah, she is an unsung hero of the neighborhood, there's no question about it. I feel like the more we can showcase people that are living, breathing within our communities that are kind of the unsung heroes, to me, those are the people that we should be celebrating.
It's hard for me to look at it sometimes because I feel I'm just Miss Nikki the crossing guard, and that's a great honor, and it makes me feel good, and it's very humbling. But you see what that has done for people. It's so wonderful to see their faces, see that excitement, to see that glow. You know what I'm saying? What it does for them. Now that makes me happy. I love to see what it does for them. Yes, yes, yes.
Crossing generations? Yes. 3 decades of dedication.
Bye, sweetie, I love you.
Unquestionably, Miss Nikki has been around the block.
Oh, hello.
And for that,
Help me.
this block celebrates her.
I love you more.
This is just not a wall. This is somebody's life that's been here for, 30-some years. So I was moved when he picked her.
Hey.
She is the pulse. This corner is the pulse of this neighborhood.
All right, baby, see you tomorrow. And this is a lovely community. I love it. You give out the love and you get just as much back. I love it. All right, later, have a good evening.
In Hartford,
Hey!
Jim Altman, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.